Welcome to another episode of
The Villain.
The Villains, Eggline. What you want to say, Eggline?
I didn't know we had a countdown.
I am your host, man. You did. Dez, a.k.a. Super Villain. To the left of me, I got my co-host.
Biggest villain.
The biggest is super in the building. And today, we got a guest in the building. You dig what I'm saying, man? Introduce yourself, man.
What's up with y'all boys, man? Roebi Habershan here. You know, currently working for ESPN, trying to come up in this sports shit.
You did.
Nothing too much.
You did. Give the folks a little background information. Where you come from, man? Where you went to school and how you. I want to ask you too. How you end up at ESPN?
Alright, so I've been growing up. So I actually was born in Riverdale, but I never stayed out there. So I grew up mostly on the west side. Actually, Ben Hill, and I've been off Campbellton for the longest. I went to elementary school over here. The elementary school kind of around here, Fickett Elementary.
Fickett, yeah.
Then I went to Bunch. Bunch was probably
Bunch.
the worst school I ever went to.
That was our rivalry back in middle school.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was like the worst school I ever went to, but that who made me who I am today. Yeah. That was the school that made me who I am today. And then Mays, I went to Mays High School. That like put the final touches on it. And then I went to Georgia State. At Georgia State, I met great people there. And I had to kind of like open up my eyes when I went to Georgia State.
What year you graduated from Mays?
2016.
2016. So we class before y'all.
Yeah.
2015. Okay.
So I got a question. So you coming from the environment you come from, right? Like if you from Atlanta, you know there ain't no sweet places to grow up like this. They're like the trenches.
Yeah.
So how you avoid like getting into bullshit, like, you know, breaking the law? How you get into like taking your route to where you going? Like what made you separate from? Because that shit easy to be around. That shit easy to get into. How you separate from that and decided to choose your route that you going now?
So I always been like a stay in the house type of kid. Like I always been the kid. And then, you know, growing up we had the PlayStation 2 come out and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I was always in the house playing that shit.
Okay.
And then even when I did have friends, of course, who went the other way, street way and shit like that, and they told me, he was like, this not for you. And I was like, I just understood, like, that's not for me. That's not who I am.
Sure.
And I gotta be my own person. But I always respect they grind, they hustle, and like even still to this day, I still talk to them folks. I'm no different from them.
Exactly.
And just because I took a different route and they took theirs doesn't mean I still can't be cool with them. Now, of course, you gotta know how to separate certain things. So like I'll hit them up every now and then. You gotta know who to bring around, what to be around.
You still gotta be cautious.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said though, that still don't mean that you're not from the same place that they're from.
Yeah. You still grew up.
You still from
the
same place. We just took different routes.
And I know
we talk about that a lot too. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you straight. I know when people look at me, they be like, "Man, suburban kid. He grew up good household." That's not the case.
It's just a stereotype, bro. That's why I don't like that. Like people think like if you from the hood, you supposed to automatically be ignorant. That's a stereotype, bro. Like everybody in the hood ain't ignorant.
But look what we display though. We got
all the wrong things.
We gotta take some accountability too though. Look what we display. You feel me? It ain't no more movements and marches and stuff. It is, but that's only when things happen to us.
Yeah. Right. Know what I'm saying? And that's for a short period of time too. So that don't be all.
We gotta take some type of accountability as well. But I do agree with you too. But I'm just saying, like we as black people, bro, we gotta take accountability.
Yeah, you right about that.
We only do something when something happened to us. You feel me?
That's right.
It's a lot of stuff.
It wasn't like that back then. So, at least from what I know and been taught.
And I always make sure. I don't know why, but in life I always been one of those people. I can hang around any group. I always been cordial, so if I'm hanging around lanes, I can blend in with them. They ain't no. I always just look at people like I'm no better than them.
For sure.
And they no better than me. So when I do hang around, technically my hood niggas or whatever you want to say, I'm still me. Like, and I'm still gonna go out, hang around the lane niggas.
But I ain't mean to cut you off again. But look, do they treat you any differently?
Nah, cause I'm still like, they know when I get around, it's like, here come Roebi, he always joking and shit like that. And then I be serious with them too, like, you stay on your business, just make sure you watch out for yourself though. I'm always gonna tell niggas that, like, I don't care what you doing, just don't crash out about what you doing though.
Man, look, If you ain't learned nothing from this talk, always be yourself. That's number one. Always be yourself and create your own lane. You ain't gotta follow everybody else's path. You feel me? You still be accepted. You did. That's the whole point.
And if you don't, like, shit, surround yourself around people that gonna accept you for what you doing. Shit, you ain't. Sometimes you outgrow people. Everybody ain't meant for you to be around what you doing. That's just what it is. Everybody ain't gonna be around for what you doing. So you ain't gotta be accepted. Find what's for you. Find the people that's for you, and move the right way. Use that as motivation.
And you can look at it like this: he taking a different way into his career, whatever. Now he become like a quote unquote plug. You feel me? He can tell you about ESPN. Yeah. You can tell niggas about the Army. You feel me? I can tell people about going to college playing baseball. You feel me?
Yeah, you're right.
That's like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got that no more. We ain't got nobody looking after each other no more, bro. We all just for ourselves.
Yeah, and that's another thing I want to get into, Slick. Like, I don't understand the whole being selfish or crabbing information. Like, we got to stop doing that as people. And I personally think it comes from where people in the household, they tell us, like, you got to look out for yourself. I don't believe in that. And I come from a big family. It was like 7 of us in the house growing up together. And I'm always looking out for them.
Yeah, we would talk shit.
Yeah, like,
we would talk shit. Like, you'll get beat if you don't share. Yeah. You feel me? That's how we was brought up. You always got to look out for one another, man. So
I'm not into, like, if you want to know something or you ask me about something, I'll tell you. Like, it ain't nothing for me to put you on or send you on the right path.
You feel me?
It ain't gonna hurt me, and I'm tired of like the whole competition thing, or I'm at the top and I don't want to lose my spot. I'll gladly make space for you. It ain't nothing for me to scoot over.
See, I think when people consider stuff competition, I think you motivate them in a way, because shit, you gotta think like they trying to put what they got going on up against you, so I gotta be doing something right for you to be like, oh yeah, this one finna be going up against, because niggas ain't finna just. People in general not just finna go up against anybody. Yeah. You're not finna find the weakest person in the room and go up against them. I hope not. Like, everybody wants some competition.
Some people do it though.
Yeah.
Some people do it though. It be an ego thing.
Yeah, it's just that ego, man. It's, I don't know. Like you saying, I don't know, like that hate and that stubborn shit. I don't know where that come from. Like, it's been like that since the beginning of time.
That's how we got the bullies. That's how we can tell who the bullies is. The ones that go after the ones they know they'll beat. Feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to hop into ESPN. So tell us your journey about that. Like, how did you first, like, what major did you pick in order for you to become an employee at ESPN?
All right, so I got to Georgia State 2016. My whole freshman year, I was undecided. But then I always had people around me tell me, like, man, you good with this basketball shit, like scouting and shit, all that shit. Kept telling me in high school and whatnot. I was like, so what? Let's give it a try. I majored in sports administration. Our sports administration undergraduate program, nothing against Georgia State. Georgia State, amazing school. I'll tell you to go there for sure. Network's crazy. But our undergraduate program for sports administration definitely needs work. Definitely needed work.
Improvement.
Yeah, needed improvement. It didn't really like, the undergraduate program don't really put you in the place to where I think after you're done with college, you supposed to be like, you know, kind of interning somewhere or job or whatnot. But the graduate school is really good for the sports administration program. So if you are into sports and you going to grad school, Georgia State place to go. But I did that the whole 9 yard, and I actually got started into doing sports things thanks to my homeboy named Jeremy Marshall. So Jeremy, he was in the sports administration program, and I actually met him through DQ. So I met Jeremy through that, and Jeremy was working with 3-Step. So if you don't know what 3-Step is, 3-Step, they basically run the whole AAU thing for Under Armours and Adidas.
Okay.
So I got a chance to work a couple AAU tournaments, which was amazing. Like, you get to watch basketball.
Did you get paid?
Girl, yes. And they pay.
You know, we pocket watching.
Hey man, if The AAU stuff, they pay well too. You be like 3 days.
Cause you can have somebody say, yeah, that sound good, but what did he get paid?
Nah, like I got paid for what I worth, and then
so they pay you. So
it wasn't like nothing too crazy of a job either. Especially if you like sports, you gonna love the job. You gonna be like, man, this song, yeah. Like when you working and it's something you want to do, it's like fun. So
Man, that's crazy, bro. That's something I always like as a kid. It used to be I want to be an architect, sportscaster. Like, dude, that's something I want to do as a kid. So that's like interesting, bro.
See, I wanted to go the architect way too. But I was like, hell nah, I'm not even that deep. I'm not even that deep into like.
Yeah, that shit. That shit was short lived for sure. Like,
I was going to do that for the money. That was definitely like. Yeah. I wanted the money type thing. That had no passion or nothing. But I was working the AAU things, and then it's all about networking in sports. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. You have to network. It's in life general. Like you gotta know who you know.
Yeah.
And word of mouth is just like the best way to go, really, and the free way to go.
Networking, and then also in sports, you got to put yourself out there.
You ain't doing nothing. There's somebody else telling you about you. You did it to somebody else.
You got to put yourself out there. So like,
you just met somebody.
Yeah.
One person.
So like, I was on LinkedIn damn near every day once I graduated.
Do LinkedIn really work?
Yes, LinkedIn works. Like, you'll have some people that message you on LinkedIn. They'll probably come across your profile or whatnot. But you have so much access to people who work in the business and whatnot. And then you got jobs right there. You just apply. I apply for a lot of things.
We might gotta get on there.
And then
see if we got some podcast folks on there.
Oh, for sure. You can. If I promise you, reach out to them people. You set up a date, and if they got time, they'll make time. And so
no idea.
I started off doing the AAU things. I still do help out with that sometimes. And then when COVID happened, is when I first got like my first NBA internship, helping out with training NBA draft players.
And you
so
coach,
go ahead.
You can go ahead. Oh, well, you doing this? Going to school as well?
Yeah, I was going to school, so we was online then.
So you were juggling both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are internships I just had during school.
Okay. So the pandemic didn't hurt you for real. Like you benefited.
So that's another thing. Most sports things aren't paid. They aren't. They aren't paid. So if you find one, like in sports, is more. When I say networking is heavy, it's networking and experience. So like most of the stuff you probably do is going to be free. It's going to be free. Most of it. Now you can come across an internship where they're gonna pay you, but most of the internships when you start off, it's going to be free.
Yeah.
It's going to be volunteer work. Most of them. Not all of them. So if you come across some that pay you and whatnot, that's a blessing. But most of them going to be free work. It's just gonna be free labor. But you have to get that. And like I told y'all earlier, nothing's too big for me, so it's like shit. I'm adding the experience.
It's an opportunity. Yeah, you feel me?
Niggas look at my resume, they'll be like, "Damn, boy, I did this, that, and the third, and all that." Like, yeah, I was out here working. If they see you working for free, they're like, "Damn, imagine what he working like once we start paying his."
That's like sacrificing in a way. Like you sacrificing like that free time, like you taking that hit.
Yeah,
because money, you gotta make money.
So what was you doing to make money then on the side?
What was I doing to make money? What was I doing?
Did you have a job or anything like that? Or?
During COVID? Nah, I didn't. No, I did. Okay. No, I did.
It was during COVID.
I was working for this marketing thing for a while. If you ask me, that shit probably was the most fakest shit. It wasn't for me. It was like they had us doing some crazy shit, wearing suits, going to doors, trying to sell stuff.
Yeah, I used to do that when I did the credit repair.
Nah, see, that ain't me, man. I ain't. First of all, I hate suits, so I ain't no nigga get dressed up early in the morning, then go knock on people's doors to try to sell them some shit. Nah, that ain't me. Like I hate suits.
I hated it, bro.
Hell nah, I felt like I was with some folks that go door to door talking about the
witness.
Yeah, I feel like I was one of them folks. I couldn't do that. But nah, I was training. In NBA ready draft players, trying to help them get ready for the draft and whatnot. And I was doing that for a little while. And then after that, what I do?
And I want to ask you this too, since you brought up the NBA. Which 3 rookies you think gonna have a great season?
This class?
Yeah, this class that just got drafted.
Paulo Banchero, the dude who went number 1, of course.
To Orlando.
Keegan Murray. He's the dude who plays for the Kings now.
Okay.
And third.
That's a tough one.
Third can be 3 people. I ain't gonna lie. It can be Jaden Ivey. It can be.
I like Jaden.
It can be Benedict Mathurin. Or it could be. What's bro name? I can't even think of bro right now.
It can be between 3.
Yeah, it could be that third one could be between. That third one can switch. Honestly.
So what you look in when you scouting somebody?
So
what do most scouts look for?
Yeah, this one I'm into right here.
So when you scouting somebody, of course it's about what they can do on the court. Nowadays it's shooting.
Yeah.
But everything that matters is the off court too. Like, are you in the huddle engaged? Are you talking to your teammates? Are you talking on the court? Talking on the court.
Communication.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
You don't want to draft somebody, or you don't want to get around talking. People that ain't talking. Like, if you switch on defense, switch. If somebody get cut, like, yo, man, you need people who gonna talk. That, and you just looking for the little intangibles. Like, are they breaking up plays, or are they switching this, that, and third? Nowadays, you're looking for people who are switching 1 through 3. At a young age, this is for like the top recruits.
And when you say switching, can play like multiple positions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you out there, can you guard the small point guard to like kind of like the 4-3? Shooting, handle, and just motor. Motor is probably the biggest one. Most kids don't have like the motor to keep going. And then when you are having a bad game, how does that affect you? Like, are you down the whole game? Or are you going to be like, my teammate's going, I'm having a bad game, I know it's going to come to me eventually.
AKA, am I going to pass the ball? That's all I just heard.
So and that's another thing. Kids think,
man, get somebody else involved, man.
Kids think that scoring not going to get you to the lead. Scoring going to take you to a certain level. But you gotta have other stuff these days. Gotta have other stuff. And when I tell you these kids these days are crazy talented, like the league is going to be crazy. The league is going to be crazy.
Shout out Anthony Davis. I mean, not Anthony Davis. My fault. Shout out Anthony Edwards. He hard. Shout out my boy Chuma Okiki. I know him personally. Shout out my boy. I just want to shout him out, man, because I feel like they finna go crazy.
Okay, so who you got coming out the East and the West?
Out the East and West? I gotta look. Well, you know, KD my boy, so. I
know you like the Nets, right?
I do, but I don't know what KD doing. I don't know what KD got going on.
Who you think coming out the East and West?
I fuck with Giannis.
So you think the Bucks?
I want them to. I gotta do a little bit more studying on the East. Like, I don't really be paying attention to the East like that no more.
I think for the East, I think the Heat. I like the Heat coming out the East.
I slick got Giannis like every year.
And if
I ain't gonna lie,
if the Lakers, now I've been saying clips of Giannis shooting the 3 now.
I've been saying that for years.
All that, I mean, until he do that in the game, they don't really.
He look deadly now from the corner.
He gotta do that in the game.
Yeah, but that's crazy. In the game, he don't ever shoot in the corner though.
Yeah,
he don't ever be in the corner and shoot a corner 3.
Yeah, so
he finna just drive to the basket.
Yeah,
so he gotta do what works for him.
And then when you think about Giannis, when is Giannis ever off ball, or like? In the half court, they try to like give it to Chris Middleton, but even when they give it to Chris Middleton, Giannis ain't on the 3.
He not.
He in the little dunker spot. Mm-hmm. So it's like we probably won't ever like truly see it effectively until like.
But you know, if they
the older he get, probably.
If they leave him open, you don't think he'll take it?
Oh, hell yeah. That's the difference. See, that's the difference from him. I don't know what game it was when they played Boston. I think it was what game they came back. It couldn't be game 6. Game 5 when they came back. I think they was down 3, and he got the ball. He dead dribble, took the 3, and he made that hole. I was like, bro, that shit's scary, bro. I was like, bro, and he had the balls to take that. Giannis having the balls to take that, knowing he not even like a shooter like that. Came down, tied the game up. That's different. Like that's different. But truthfully, besides like KD and Nets, whatever happens, I think the 76ers is going. I think it's their time.
The Sixers.
Yeah, I think
it's been their time
the past. I know, like the past 7 years, but
I was about to say they ain't been nothing. But they ain't got
They've been making their trust a process for a minute.
For a while, and I know people. It's hard on James Harden now, but James Harden hasn't had a summer of doing what he usually does until like this year. So now this year. He be at the Rico Hines all the time. Like, he's there now. I think James Harden gonna be in better shape.
You think so?
I think he will be in better shape. I think he'll be in better form. And I think the 76ers, they do need more pieces, but I feel like they added some nice people.
What you think about Zion having a clause in his contract?
That's normal though. Like that's normal in contracts. Like they'll tell you
broadcast this, so
that's for like
media.
They do have to be a certain weight. Yeah, they do have to be a certain weight, but he is overweight though.
Nah, he is crazy overweight. But the media, they got to put stuff like that out there because the media, like this shit, the NBA a business. Shit. I know everybody waiting on the NBA news, so that's why they put out stuff like that. But Zion gonna be straight. I mean, you see what he was doing at his size. I mean, if he lose weight,
he gotta make me a believer.
He was a man amongst boys, man.
Yeah, like that.
He gotta make me.
Zion was different, man.
That first game he played,
he was hitting a lot of threes.
But that first game he played, he was
that game
out muscling everybody. He was hitting threes. Even though that form ugly, he was knocking it down.
But I gotta see it again. I don't think he can do it again, bro.
Yeah, he left. He got the ugly form though for a left-handed person. I feel like though, if he do lose weight, he only like what 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah,
only
6'6".
Yeah, said only.
But that's short for NBA age. He could just jump, bro.
No, I'm saying though, like
we over 5'8", 5'9".
I probably be gassing. I probably be gassing, but I was like, bro, if Zion get to like, if he ever was like a normal size, the only nigga who I seen jump like Zion at a guard size is Michael Jordan. Just to be real, like you ever seen Michael Jordan YouTube highlights where he hanging in the air and switching? I was like, bro, if he ever get to a normal size, he gonna be hanging in the air like Michael Jordan and shit. Now he might not be as skilled because he don't have Zion don't really got no handle. No. He just got force. He's just a powerful boy. No so he need that size, but if he lose the size, he do need to work on his skill. But that goes back into like scouting. So like when you scout for certain players and you suggest players for like teams, you gotta understand your player development people too. So like you gotta understand like what we develop best. So like, are we good at drafting people who can't shoot and then turn them into 3-point shooters when they get into the league?
But why would they do that though? Because
it's like, well, first off, there's a reason why.
Why draft somebody that can't shoot and then you have to turn them into a shooter?
Well, that's the whole point. So that's why they draft. It's potential.
Okay, so you going off the person's potential.
Yeah, so that's why in most of the top drafts, you have all the young kids. Like they be young. They be young because it's like you're 19, 18, whatever. You got time to grow. I'm drafting with somebody in college with like 24, 25. Yeah. They maybe got 2 years to grow or 2 years to show me who they going to be in the NBA, and then that's it. If you at 19, 18, you got, 4 or 5 years to show me who you going to be. You either going to be 3-and-D, catch and shoot, the hustle, out-rebound guy, star player, superstar. You got 4 years to show me what we drafted you for, how we going to plug you into our system.
And then if it don't work out, then what they do to him?
Don't work out, man.
They send him to the G League.
G League or some players can go overseas.
Cause some people think, man, I just signed to this.
It's always
team.
a bag overseas.
I just signed to this team. I just got a contract to this team, but they would drop you in the hot second.
And that's another thing though, like opportunity got to come by too for a lot of people. So there's people who I think should be in the league or should at least be on the roster, but don't get the opportunity. So it's kind of like you're not wishing bad on your teammates or whatnot, but something got to happen for you to be able to showcase yourself. And like I know people are upset about the Sharif Cooper. Some people are upset about the Sharif Cooper.
I seen a lot of people was upset.
Yeah, like they waived Sharif Cooper.
Yeah, the Lakers.
But Sharif Cooper didn't show nothing in summer league. Like, he was on a 2-way deal.
I can't say that though.
Ain't that Shaq son?
Nah. That's nah. I'm talking about
that's Sharif O'Neal.
I'm talking about the dude who was on the Hawks.
You talking about the Hawks? Yeah. I got both of them mixed up. Cooper, he showed splash. That's what I say. He showed splash. With the G League team.
Yeah, the G League.
Yeah, he showed splash.
Yes, and I went to a game. I went to the game for his kind of thing. He showed what he could do, but in the summer league, he didn't do nothing. I think there was like a stat where he was like scored 1.7 He shot terrible, and it's like it's a job there too. Like you gotta perform, and he didn't perform. And on my end, I also think there's a lot of guards who are better than Sharif Cooper who are not in the league. And I'm not saying Sharif Cooper not a league guard. He could probably come back and be in the league.
He dressed up for the host.
Yeah, he did. And see, that's another thing. That's probably sometimes on the coaches. Some coaches are old school. They don't like playing young guys. So it's like, and even when the Hawks did have their struggles, when the Hawks definitely had like COVID problems or whatnot, they wasn't playing certain players still.
I think he had COVID too.
Yeah, even the game we played, not the play-in game we played the Cavs, but it was a game before that. We had nothing but like G League players playing that game, and I think we ended up losing that game, which is why we had to play the play-in at Cleveland. But we won at Cleveland, so it was
we won. Yeah.
It wasn't nothing. And then that's another. We drafted Jalen Johnson, and he didn't play most of the year.
What you think about Cam Reddish?
Cam Reddish.
I was mad, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's my dog, man. I mess with Cam Reddish. I mess with Cam Reddish. That's another thing, opportunity. He wants more opportunity, and we had Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish wasn't even our 6th man. Cam Reddish was like our 8th man off the bench.
But he was hurt too, though.
Yeah, and injuries too played a role into his career. And he said, apparently a report came out that he requested a trade last offseason just to have a bigger role, which I understand because he was like our 8th man, and he could have been placed in more. So honestly, every training camp, unless you like a star, you gotta fight. You gotta fight for where you gonna be positioned at.
So even then, you still fighting.
Yeah.
At no point in this journey it get less. Like you can relax it out.
Hell no. In the beginning stage, that's the worst part.
Unless you that guy of the team, or unless you can look at the roster and surely know, like, he not starting on me. He not starting me. But then again, every offseason, players gonna get better. I hope players are working to get better. You know, I just saw the other day that was like why Rudy Gobert don't have a post up game or whatnot. I mean.
He should have one.
He should have one, but who defensively on the other side doing what Rudy Gobert is doing? So he's never going to get his spot taken because he's going to be top in rebounds. He's going to be top in blocks. No one defensively going to do what Rudy Gobert does. Now they got him with Karl Anthony Towns, that's interesting to see.
Man, before we go to them, what you think about the Hawks adding another All-Star? And DeJounte Murray.
So I've been on DeJounte Murray since
you like him?
The draft. Yeah,
he hard.
Since he got drafted, I was like, DeJounte Murray should have won.
I ain't gonna lie.
He hard.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been skeptical. I don't know what to get from him.
I thought he should have went higher in his draft class. I think he was like 29th or 30th, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I remember, they played the Warriors back then in the playoffs. I was like, yo, this kid gonna be nice. He gonna be nice. I didn't think he'll become an all-star as soon as he did, but he did become an all-star.
That was his first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, first one all-star. I'm interested. It's interesting because DeJounte Murray can't shoot. But it's more so that parent is more so on Trae Young in my eyes. Is Trae Young gonna be okay with?
I think they gonna try to use him to be, like when Trae Young get tired of dominating the ball, they gonna pass it off to him type shit. Cause he really can't shoot like that.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I know he can play defense. I know he good defensively.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a big part too.
It's gonna be real big.
The Hawks need some defensive guards, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
And he could play mate too, so I like what they did, but
I need to see.
I don't know.
Need some more pieces.
Yeah, they definitely need more pieces.
We need more shooters.
Definitely.
And bigs.
Yeah,
and bigs for sure.
I think one more shooter will probably be 1 or 2 more shooters will probably be good.
Yeah,
and some more big men.
And why you ever thought about we sitting here not making no money from this and knowing what we need, and they making millions of dollars, knowing the same exact thing what they need on this team and don't go get it.
Well,
why did that happen?
Negotiations.
You know you need a center.
But that's where the business part come in. The contract,
that is where the business
money
part come in.
Because if they can go get a bigger bag somewhere else,
and then it's about availability. So I told you, certain people.
So it ain't as easy as we think it is.
Yeah, certain people.
Okay.
Certain people gonna only be who they are. Like only be as good as what they can do. So like we might need a center for certain reason, rebounding and whatnot. How many centers do we have out there in free agency who are good at rebounding? And then judging from where they was playing at, was they only good in that league, or does this translate to the NBA game? So like, if I call you up, let's say you was the leading rebounder in the G League.
Okay.
Call you up to play against us, to play for us, play against a team and whatnot. You come out there, all of a sudden, you ain't rebounding for shit. This shit, you was rebounding against niggas in the G League, but we call you up for this main reason. You not rebounding against, and then that's another thing. They got to rebound against the stars, the high level people. Stars, so like, shit, are you gonna block out? Go Burt. Are you gonna get a rebound or something?
Every single night.
So
come with it.
It's not easy just going out there making the trades and whatnot. And then certain people you got to give up who they don't want to give up, and then it's value on draft picks and whatnot. It's just a whole lot that goes into it.
It's a whole process. Cause growing up, we grew up thinking, man, just go get. You know what I'm saying? Just go get. He's available. Go get.
It's not what everybody think it is.
Got the money, y'all ain't, but it's more to that.
Yeah,
that's what you saying.
Because you sign one just by doing it because people say so. You be in a messed up situation.
Because I think we gave up 3 first-round picks for DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, and I didn't like that either, though.
I didn't like that.
I didn't like that either.
I was like, maybe 2, 3 is a push. But then on the back end of it, it's like, are those 3 first-round picks going to ever turn out to be players that, be good in the league? I mean, and, Trae Young and wherever the Hawks is now, we're going to be a playoff team. Maybe a playoff team every year, even if we kept those picks. So those picks wasn't going to be
first.
Yeah, they wasn't going to be top level picks.
I just think we gave up too many.
Yeah, maybe 2.
Maybe 1.
Maybe 1.
Maybe 1. Hey, they even asked for the salary. Like, all right, no motherfuckers, y'all getting greedy.
Maybe 1.
You feel me? Like, y'all don't want them, we want them.
And the crazy thing about it, after that trade, so KD requested his trade after that shit.
Where you think he going?
Nowhere.
I hope nowhere. I think he just stay, but something.
KD leave Brooklyn.
He won't Steve Nash.
I'm gone. I'm gone. But nah, I seen the report. The Hawks wanted KD. So then after that trade, his trade request came after that trade was made. So I was like, damn, we can't even go get KD.
You think he would came one?
Yes, I think it was a high probability because
I don't think
KD used to have Trae Young at the games in OKC. He used to bring him to the games and stuff like that. And then Trae Young, I ain't gonna lie, if you've been watching the Hawks versus the Nets for like the past 2 years, Them be like the best games. The best games to watch. Sometimes they be better than some of the national games. If you watch the Hawks versus Nets, they be some good games. But nah, I think he would consider it. Maybe not, because he want to compete. He had to tell in his career he want something solid.
He want to compete.
Not compete, but he want to be at the.
He want to get that ring.
Yeah, he want that ring. He want that ring.
He want the easiest way.
Yeah,
he can get that.
He want that ring. I mean, I seen reports. He said Philly was kind of at his top of the list now. That would be crazy.
The Suns and the Heat.
See, I ain't like the Suns thing.
Yeah, I didn't like the Suns either.
I ain't like the Suns unless
I don't like the Suns.
I know they was trying to trade Kyrie. I don't know if they still are, but I ain't like the Suns only if they traded Kyrie with them to the Suns.
I got a question about Kyrie after y'all.
For who?
For Chris Paul. I love Chris Paul. Chris Paul, great and whatever. But
do that make sense?
Imagine Kyrie, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant.
Oh, you think Devin Booker staying with the Suns?
Oh no, they was asking for Devin Booker. That's why the trade won't go. But I'm saying if you giving up that, you seeing Chris Paul and the other niggas.
Okay, yeah.
It's up Devin Booker. But I mean, of course, it ain't gonna happen because they was asking for Devin Booker.
But Chris Paul still got some juice.
Chris Paul, oh hell yeah, Chris Paul.
Yeah, he's surprising the hell out of me, but
hell yeah.
He can't get over that hump though.
Yeah, nah.
He can't get over it.
I thought he was gonna win it that year they played the Bucks.
The last 2 years they done had a good shot.
I thought so too, but I don't know what happened.
They folded.
I don't know what happened.
They had all the momentum and everything.
They folded when Giannis done went down. Giannis had that confidence like we finna come back and win, and that's exactly what happened.
Giannis is different. He's different. I still don't think it's I don't think it's Giannis' lead.
Been in prison.
I don't think it's Giannis' lead, but he different.
I think it is after Bron go, which Bron already at the tail end, but it's gonna be a Giannis lead.
See, I think Giannis gotta. If Giannis win, or not even win, but if he come out the East 2-3 more times. It'll be his lead. I say it'll be his lead. He don't even got to win. I say because after he won that first ring, folks was like, "Yeah, it's Giannis' lead. It's Giannis' lead." I was like,
even before that though, even before he went to the finals, it's like you seen it, like scary, bro.
If you could tell right now from Giannis, like, oh yeah, this nigga gonna be top 10 ever. Right now, he's only like what?
I think
27, 26
when it's all said and done. He stay healthy, keep improving. Even if he just stay the same, just be dominant his whole career. He
already
top 10.
26, 27, and he's already in my mind right now probably top 75. Even though he didn't make it this year, he probably are. Yeah. He on one defensive player. He got maybe 2 MVPs now. He got a ring. All NBA, All Star.
So who you think gonna win MVP this season? Then
that's crazy. MVP. It's time. Embiid should have won. Embiid needs to get one. I think Embiid needs to get one. Embiid would be my favorite.
I don't think Embiid.
He could have got it last
year. He could have got it last year.
I think they'd be Jokic won last season, right?
Yeah, the MVP is kind of.
He had the hell of a season though. You can't hold him.
He did. The MVP is narrative though. It's you got to have the narrative behind the MVP, which I don't like.
Think Luka got a chance?
Okay, so. It depends.
Not as long as Giannis and Jokic in the league.
It's hard because it's like it depends on where they seated too. So, and I don't ever see the Mavericks being like top 3 in
top 5. Like I don't see that
season. So it depends on their season then.
Yeah, it depends on the record.
Now it'd be different if Luka was leading the Mavericks top 4, and then who else on the Mavericks? Or Dinwiddie went down, or
they don't really got much.
They don't really got
because I know Porzingis gone.
Yeah, Brunson signed with New York.
Knicks.
Yeah,
Porzingis gone.
What they do that for?
Damn,
he was just heating up.
They should have went and go get fucking.
No, they got what's his face, Christian Wood, but I mean they ain't know. That's like a
B player.
He's like a B+ player.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So they actually might. Now that I think about it, they might drop in the standings. They'll probably 5 or 6.
I know they'll make it though.
They'll make it. I say they'll make it.
I say 9, 10.
9, 10.
No, because they got Luka.
Yeah, because I was about to say Luka crazy.
They got Luka.
Luka
about 6.
Luka
5,
crazy.
6. Yeah, Luka go crazy.
Luka's crazy, but I got Embiid. Embiid need to get one.
Too,
I would love if Kevin Durant got another one, but it's harder when the
MVP. You think KD getting washed?
Do I think KD getting washed?
No,
not washed.
He's not washed, but he ain't gonna win another ring.
That's what I think.
He's starting to get unseasoned.
Nah, cause I ain't gonna count. The older he get, the better he get, bro.
Nah. I mean, he held games, but I'm just saying at a consistent rate.
No, he's consistent.
Like,
But I've seen games where, and I don't even like KD. Like I've seen games he ain't missed a shot.
I think people overreacting because of what the Celtics series. Like that was his first. That's probably his worst series ever.
Overreacted.
I think people are overreacting. If you go back and watch what they was doing,
tell me one thing. Tell me one thing.
Yeah.
Did Boston bring the brooms out?
Nah, they brought the brooms out.
That's all you need to know.
They brought the brooms out, but I ain't gonna act like we didn't lose two of those games ourselves. I ain't gonna act like we didn't lose two of those games ourselves.
But you finished the sentence.
You right. I ain't mad at Boston. Tatum, one of my favorite players.
The brooms out.
I love Tatum.
It don't matter how they got it done. They brought him out. That is like the worst way.
It's true.
That's the worst.
And
that is the worst way.
It's crazy because when I found out we was gonna play, I had faith in us beating everybody in the playoffs, and no matter who we played, in my mind, except the Celtics, I did not want to play. Yeah. I knew the Celtics. Now, a sweep was surprising, but I knew the Celtics was going to beat us because the Celtics got exactly what led them to the playoffs. Switchable defense. We got small. Y'all seen it? We got small. We got small guards. Celtics got Marcus Smart. He like 6'4", 6'5". Jaylen Brown. Jason Taylor and the Celtics was the hottest team going into the playoffs. I was like, that's the one team you don't want to play. A team that hot, because you gotta remember at the beginning of the season the Celtics was poo. They was like bottom, top 10.
People was wondering if they was gonna
make it. They was talking about trading folks and whatnot, and then they came into the playoffs. So I was like,
after the All-Star break,
one team I did not want to play, and then we had, and the Bucks ducked us. Nobody want to talk about it. The Bucks ducked us. The Bucks definitely ducked us. They ducked the hell out of us. The Bucks ducked us. But that's conversation for another time. But I didn't want to play the Celtics.
But what you think about Tatum's performance, man? And not just, well, you can say throughout the playoffs too, and the finals, bro. What you think about his performance?
So,
because hold on, before you answer, I'm gonna say this. I think he went ghost hella times.
He talking about the finals.
And I'm talking about throughout the playoffs too in some games.
So
with MIA, him and Jaylen Brown.
So
both of them with MIA a whole lot of games.
That's always been Tatum niche though. Like I done seen in the playoffs.
But you claim 2-4.
Tatum. Well, a lot of players gonna claim 2-4. That's their mentor.
That's what I'm trying to
That's
tell
their role model. You look up the media. Okay, a lot of fake propaganda go out there where they like Tatum doing this, that, and the third because of Kobe. It's like, it's not that serious. He's just,
I understand
idolizing Kobe. The armband. He been wearing the armband before the playoffs. He was wearing that. When Kobe died and whatnot. I'll see if it was different. Like, oh, this nigga came out with the armband. He finna change his jersey number to 8 or 24. Now that would be crazy. Now he would be pushing it.
He just look up to that man.
He just look up to him.
I get that.
People be trying to categorize, just like Devin Booker. They try to categorize him with Kobe. Like, bro, he look up to him, bro.
He ain't safe either.
That's his favorite.
D-Book don't be, out there claiming Kobe or whatnot, though.
You can see the similarity.
Not like Tatum.
Yeah, I think it's more D-Book compared to... I think D-Book should be more compared to Kobe than Tatum, though. There's more similarities in D-Book and Kobe.
He had dropped 70 points in the game.
Yeah, so... But Tatum performance... Well, Tatum... Wow. I done seen playoff performance with Tatum.
When that against Boston?
I think.
When he dropped 70?
Nah, he ain't...
it wasn't. It was against Boston.
Yeah. I'll be watching this shit.
See, I'm more football, but I still be tuned in basketball.
Tatum known to disappear in the playoffs, but he'll like reappear in the second half type
shit. We had this conversation too. Disappear. He would nowhere to be found. Disappeared like you go in the bathroom and you know what I'm saying.
But no, I've seen a lot of games.
But you went down the street to take you to the bathroom.
I've seen a lot of games where Tatum will have zero in the first half, but then he'll come out second half with 46 or something crazy.
He was doing that a lot too.
He does that a lot. That's kind of that makes me upset too. Like, nigga, where was this tonight? The first half.
Exactly.
You want to come out and score 46.
And then when he doing good, you got Jaylen Brown doing the opposite.
Yeah, that's another thing.
They switching up. Like,
I don't think they both can get hot at the same time.
They trading off energy.
They ain't never on the same type of time.
They can't be no Stephen.
But he done had moments in this playoffs. Who they played They played us first round. That whole team played pretty good. Al Horford was on a crazy run this playoffs.
He did show up.
I was like Al Horford never played like this in the Hawks jersey.
I'm smart. He was doing it all, bro.
I was like, it was no effort for Al Horford like this in the Hawks jersey.
He been in Boston for a minute though.
Yeah, so he understood the culture and everything.
Yeah, love when he came back.
Yeah,
they showed him hella.
But he played good against us. Tatum played, he showed out. He played good when we played them the year before. Anyway, he got. I think he won a game by himself where he dropped like 50 on us. He's just crazy.
Did he make an All-Star recently?
Yeah, Tatum.
Yeah.
Tatum be making an All-Star. Yeah. Then who they play second round?
Who the Celtics?
Yeah, the Bucks. The Bucks. That was a good series. But they
had no
Middleton, right?
Yeah.
But shit, you go out there with who you have.
Do you count that?
You go out there with who you have.
I mean, it count.
If folks, because when we lost James Harden and Kyrie against the Bucks, folks still count that.
Not really.
Folks count that. Folks count that.
They ain't how they hold.
And then,
but then again, you gotta look at. You said who Kyrie was gone and
James Harden. It was just KD out there with fucking my fault, Landry Shamet.
Well,
shit, our second best player was Jeff Green, and he turned into Ray Allen one game. He hit like 8 threes.
Jeff Green had a couple of.
Hey man, Jeff Green was fire, bro.
Jeff Green turned to Ray Allen one game, and we almost won Game 7 without him. Man, I don't even want to get started on that, man. But
I definitely did.
And then you gotta think last year run. I mean, was it last year? The year before, the Bucks had when they played the Hawks, Trae Young got hurt too. So I mean,
Trae was hurt. Yeah.
The most important part of the playoffs, health. That's gonna get you. The most.
You know who got a lot of free passes though in the playoffs? Like, I ain't gonna say free, but niggas just get hurt. The fucking Warriors, bro.
And nobody want to bring that up either.
Bro, somebody always get hurt. Somebody always playing dirty to hurt somebody. And then they fire. But it's like, bro, y'all might have lost this series.
Once you start talking about the Warriors and how they get stuff, like, bro, you hate on the Warriors.
No,
like, nah, bro.
When they hurt Kawhi, shit. When they hurt Kawhi, they could have lost that season.
Man, that first year,
bro,
they got KD.
Hell yeah, Kawhi was on fire.
Kawhi was going.
Kawhi was on fire.
I was sitting I wasn't in the dorm. I think I was in the living area of the dorm room watching that shit. I was like, bro, this nigga is killing us. What the fuck?
That nigga Kawhi.
I'm talking about, bro. We got KD, Curry, and Clay, and we're losing this game. Like, I'm talking about they giving it to LaMarcus Aldridge out that bit, posting, fading.
Kawhi different, bro.
Kawhi was out there chopping shit. No one can stop Kawhi, bro.
The only thing that hindering his credit is him being hurt a lot. But that nigga he hard though, bro.
Kawhi is tough. Like when he went to the Raptors, that run, that's an underrated run. They don't give him the credit for that run.
That shot when it went in for him.
He the reason why they won that ring. Cause as soon as he left,
like he was
bro, that was one wicked ass shot, bro.
He was on a crazy run,
bro. How did that shot go in?
But he was giving Bron hell in Miami though.
Yeah, like Kawhi.
Like Kawhi always been different.
I remember back playing 2K and play with the Spurs or the
man, them be the hardest teams to beat. Cause they already got that big three already there.
Spurs,
that big three already there.
Then they got the Lakers who had the White and Steve Nash.
Yeah.
I was like, man, come on.
The Lakers, yep.
Yeah, that was different, but
that's a classic team though.
But health,
Spurs team,
health matters in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I can't deny that run, but Tatum showed up in that series against the Bucks.
So do it matter more in The playoffs or the regular season?
The playoffs. Playoffs for sure.
But you got to win the regular season to get to
you
the
do,
playoffs.
but
as long as you like at that mark, you ain't gotta have the best record. You can get in the playoffs on some last spot type shit.
Is teams really trying to fight to be the best in their conference?
Yeah,
that's a great question.
I feel like Bron did it.
I feel like
at one point
it does matter to have the number one seed, but after the number one seed, the rest of the shit don't matter. But unless you drop to a certain level. So like if you're 7 or 8, but if you're in that middle
range,
it's like you're going out there just to play. Home court matters because it's certain teams. As teams don't want to say, it's certain teams you don't want to play.
That's what I was about to get to. That's what I was about to say.
But it's always been the just the sports like.
It's certain teams
at any level, boy.
like I told you, I didn't want us to play the Celtics. The Celtics was just coming in way too hot, way too much momentum. And Boston is, a playoff type space. Like you don't want to play them niggas when they that hot.
And them boy greedy, boy.
I felt like LeBron when he was with Miami. Really in general they win certain playoff spots so they don't run into certain teams because they might lose. LeBron, he'll be at the number one spot and then lose. Like go 2-3 down.
Like if you playing the Jazz, even though they the higher seed, you're not worried about playing. And in Utah, you're not worried about
Only thing is you're gonna be worried about defense.
Yeah,
boy.
They got good defense, but that's about it.
Young boy gonna be the only nigga at the game.
Yeah, you ain't worried about playing in Utah.
You feel me?
Phoenix got a little atmosphere, but you ain't too worried about Phoenix.
Though. That's recently.
Yeah, that's recent.
That ain't always
they got the fucking just got lucky that year they won.
Too, though, the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies, yeah. The Grizzlies getting themselves a fan base or whatnot. Grizzlies
they
always
tough.
been a solid team though.
They tough though. They got offense now.
They always been a solid team.
See, back then they had just one offensive player like Rudy Gay or like OJ Mayo.
And they got shooters.
But now they got Ja leading. And yeah, they got shooters and they nigga play defense and they hustle. Like
they got young guys who gonna go out there and compete. That's a difference from a lot of other guys.
They don't care who you is.
Yeah,
that's all you got. That's all you can ask for as a coach.
And then you got other young teams that
you feel me.
You got other young teams. They not competing as hard as the Grizzlies.
Mm-mm. The Grizzlies compete like they contract.
Every night, like they out there. They got that dog in them.
And speaking of a contract, I want to ask you, if you had to sign a 10-day contract with any team in the NBA, but it cannot be the Nets, what team would that be?
Any team? I gotta go with the home team.
The Hawks.
Yeah.
So you'll sign a 10-day with the Hawks.
Yeah, I'll play for the Hawks.
Would you be out there hooping?
I'll be out there hooping.
They put him in the game.
Hell yeah. I always told people, I was like, bro, if I play with somebody who a willing passer, because I shoot anyway. That's all I do. I like to shoot. I get my threes up.
Being on the court and catching the pass from Trae Young.
Like,
and all the eyes is on you.
You gotta knock it down. Gotta knock it down. Shit, that's what LeBron be setting up his teammates for all the time.
Boy, be scared.
Crucial moment is out that bit, pass to Danny Green. Danny Green gotta knock that hole down. It's all on Danny Green now.
I'm talking about like as a regular person, but like
a regular person.
Like we just go to the Hawks room tomorrow. They got a game tomorrow, and we just go play. Boy, I'd be scared as hell.
Yeah, I'm worried about who the fuck I'm finna guard out there.
That motherfucker.
I'm gonna shoot. Anybody know me? They know I'm gonna shoot.
I'm gonna shoot it, but I know I might miss that motherfucker.
I need about. I'm probably about 15 shots.
I don't care about the offense. I'm worried about who the fuck I'm finna guard on the other end. Shit.
Facts, you gotta guard some big niggas.
Yeah, but hey,
NBA players big as hell.
You know it's some big nigga when you say he only 6'7".
Yeah,
only
6'7". Yeah, I done seen.
You know some big niggas around you. Only 6'7".
I done seen a lot of players in person. Like they are huge.
That's another question I want to ask you. Who's the most? I kind of got like two then. Who's the most famous person you think you've seen, and who's the most like the person that you
who you think you seen
like in the NBA that you ran into, and then who's the person that you always wanted to meet and you've met them that's in the NBA?
So the most famous person I ran into probably in the NBA, T-Mac.
I ain't gonna cap, bro. T-Mac, one of my favorite players, bro. He top 3, one of my favorite players.
And T-Mac was coaching against this kid I know who's on David West's team. So David West, so I was at the court, and it's David West and T-Mac coaching.
Damn.
Coaching their AAU teams.
I know who both them is.
They was coaching the AAU teams, and David West got a kid on his team. Crazy, Paul McNeil Jr. Crazy kid right there, man. He crazy kid right there.
And you said you grew up, you played the PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
You remember the game? What was it? The street baller game?
NBA Street
Ballers or something like that.
NBA Ballers.
Street
NBA
Ballers, like
that. Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't never played that though.
Go crazy with T-Mac on that motherfucker.
I didn't start playing 2K to like 2K10. See, and that's another thing. Growing up, I wasn't into sports. I wasn't. I was into anime and all that. Yeah.
So how did you get into sports?
I don't know. In high school, it just naturally happened. You know, like in.
Did you go to a game or?
Nah,
watch the game on TV or?
I don't know. You know how like you get around certain people, they start watching sports, or like at a certain age, sports kind of like get serious. And I always had friends, kind of like around like 8th, 7th grade. You just trying out for shit, trying to make a team and whatnot. So I just started getting into sports that way. And kind of like in high school, I just transitioned out of the anime, cartoon shit. I just started watching basketball a lot.
So you just grew.
Yeah, I just grew up. not growing up like anime still cool to this day, but
they get
they experience different shit.
You feel me?
But yeah, T-Mac was one. It's Bronny and T-Mac for me.
A player I wanted to meet, but I haven't met or like in person. I don't think I ever had that one time.
Not yet.
Nah, not yet. I would love to meet. So KD, my favorite player. I would love to meet KD, but I actually more interested in meeting Kyrie. So Kyrie like my second favorite player, and Kyrie, y'all seen Kyrie on the court. What Kyrie does,
I got another one.
It's crazy. So I would love to pick, and Kyrie don't like talking to the media. I would love to pick Kyrie mind from a basketball standpoint. And that would probably be my favorite thing. Because you see what Kyrie does on the court. Like, bro, like, how are you thinking of doing certain shit at certain moments? How many combos and whatnot?
And he can split through the films, bro. Like no
nothing.
Other, bro.
Like,
bro.
So do y'all think Kyrie is a difficult teammate, or he just misunderstood and he feel like people should come understand where he coming from?
So
what is misunderstood?
Like, I feel like shit when you sit and get the like what a person like first impression and everything. So with a person like when you first see them, they might do or act a way, but when you sit down and meet them, they'll act a completely different way. They just had a bad day that day probably. So that's misunderstood.
I feel like so a lot of people say Melo a bad teammate or a bad person. That's what they say about Melo. I feel like until like actual people who were his teammates come out and say like, yo, Kyrie was tripping or like Kyrie was doing this, that, and the third, I won't ever think somebody a bad like they say Russell Westbrook a bad teammate. Russell Westbrook probably not a bad teammate. I'm not gonna say Russell Westbrook trash, but he doing what he doing. Yeah. Russell Westbrook doing what he doing. Russell Westbrook probably a great teammate off the court.
I want to say that too. Y'all gotta respect my boy too, man. Y'all gotta stop saying.
Yeah, like I'm seeing videos of rookies, and they was talking about
how many of these. It is what it is, man.
It is.
But y'all disrespectful. But I feel at one point he was that guy.
But he never could shoot though.
Never could. Yeah, that's another thing.
He always been West Brick, but he just West Brick for real now.
Yeah, he had the little mid range at one point, but I don't know where that's at now. Yeah. Because he had some shots this season where I was like, good God, take this man off the court. Like,
so you think he running back for the Lakers?
Oh yeah, he gonna run it back. I feel like
he got no choice.
So they ain't gonna get Kyrie?
I don't think
Well, Pelinka came out and said they still gonna,
I think
of course,
the Lakers
make moves.
Done, bro. They done making all these superstar moves. They can't get nobody.
I think the Lakers are going to go as far as... I know LeBron's on the team. I think they're going to go as far as AD. So if AD healthy on his shit... Because at one point, AD was like, in my eyes, he was top 5 in the league at one point. So if AD get to that level again, then they can go back. They got
a whole new staff and everything, too.
Yeah. So they can
be got to stop getting hurt, man.
Yeah, he
drank some damn milk.
He has to stop getting... He has to start getting hurt.
Damn, right, bro. It seemed like every time we turned around last season, he was getting hurt. He got on the court, got hurt again. every other game. Bro.
One game, I think they would play Minnesota. LeBron tried to move a nigga out the way. He ended up pushing him into AD leg.
Oh yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah.
And Bron was just looking like he hurt again, huh? Like you should have seen how Bron was looking. He was just like he ain't want to go help him up a name.
Bron was over it, man.
He ain't grow up getting breastfed. he
nigga need some calcium, man.
And AD one of those folks who he was like kind of short growing up, and then he had a crazy.
He had a growth spurt. Yeah.
So he got them legs where it's like
That nigga woke up one summer and grew
That's
like
crazy
5,
how
6
you can
inches.
just grow like that though, for real. You
Yeah.
can be 5'5" one day, then
next wake up
6'1", 6'2" the next day.
Give it a summer.
Well, not actually the next day.
Yeah.
But
Like a summer, over a summer, you can grow like that, bro.
you feel me, bro?
But I don't think Kyrie's a bad teammate. I think, judging from the circumstances that they were, is the only reason why the Nets is slick in the position they was in. Because like no one could have predicted COVID. COVID happened, and then they did a mandate, and then nobody could predict like the mandate being what it was to stop him from playing. Because you gotta think they let him play. They started letting him play in some of the games when it was terrible. You should have had him playing in some of the games from the start of the season.
Yeah.
So why would you wait until like, man, we down bad or the season not gonna turn around? I think that also plays a role into Kevin Durant and him not trusting the management, because it's like they was probably advocating like, yo, at least let him play half of the games start of the season last season, but they wanted to wait until like we was damn near out of the damn
playoff.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. So what you think about James Harden then? If because he be bouncing from team to team, is it like he the only common denominator?
Well, James Harden
situations.
James Harden leaving partly was the Kyrie thing too, because it's like, and then I hate that we made James Harden play through his injury in the playoffs. I feel like that fucked him up a lot, especially a thigh injury. Them thigh injuries real hard to come back from, and we made him play through that. So I feel like that was a big mistake on the Nets end too, making him play through the injury. And he wasn't on nothing playing through the injury.
Oh,
he wasn't on nothing playing through the injury. So, and then him requesting the trade, I don't know.
Was it surprising?
Surprising?
Can you say was it surprising? It was surprising. I don't think it was surprising
because it kind of like he kind of led up to it.
Like you should tell by the body language. By the body language on the court.
Oh, and KD was injured most of the season too.
Yeah.
So really, all three of them really ain't surprised.
But when we had KD and James Harden, we was number 1 seed, and when KD got hurt, we dropped so fast. We dropped so fast in that standing. We went on like a 10-11 game losing streak. Actually, now that I think about it. We dropped fast. we dropped so fast, bro. It got so bad, I didn't want to watch the games no more. It was terrible because I was like, bro, we just throwing people out here. People who, are role players and whatnot, but shit, we can only do so much with fucking Patty Mills.
That boy had, what they were playing, what was it, international basketball they were playing?
Yeah.
And he was doing good over there.
Yeah.
So they ended up signing him because of that.
He
came back to the States and ain't do shit.
But a lot of international players are like,
I don't know.
They're in the league now. They running the league now.
It's crazy because the international players would go over there and be amazingly fine. Like Evan Fournier would come over here and be a mid player. He'll go over there. Crazy player. Like
J.R. Smith was going over there scoring 50 points and shit.
It was.
Like Ricky Rubio come over here. He'll have a couple games where you like, damn, Ricky Rubio did that. You go overseas, Ricky Rubio doing that every game. Every game he getting like 30 and 15. So I don't know if it's like the pride of hooping for their country or what, but it's just different.
Or maybe they get a different role
Yeah, they get a different role.
Because if you coming from the NBA going overseas, you might be a superstar on the team automatically. Because they like you come from the NBA.
So like, yeah, Evan Fournier probably just a shooter. He is just a shooter for the Knicks.
But he go
over there. He the guy. Yeah. He the guy for the French team. Rudy Gobert pretty much the same person. he pretty much the same person.
Yeah.
So I wanna do what I said, man. You did. It's called Villains or Heroes. So on this podcast, the villains is good.
All right.
So it's kind of like a either or type of thing, but whichever you pick is you're gonna say villain. If you like it, if you don't like it, then you're gonna say hero.
All right.
You get it?
Yeah.
All right. It just flipped.
Yeah.
You feel me? So Bryce or Bronny James. And when I say that, who got the highest ceiling between the two?
I was just talking to folks about this.
It's too early for that, but he asking you though.
Just
they just played the game together for the first time. I heard.
Yeah, they did. I gotta watch that too. I
got Bryce, man.
You got Bryce.
Yeah.
He wasn't the person that had that growth spurt too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't see Bronny going.
It's hard to say for me. I gotta say Bronny, but it's like only because Bronny more mature. Like his game just more mature. Yeah, I know what Bronny is right now. Bryce, and I went to the EYBL. Okay. Bryce is he's still raw. Honestly, Bryce. If you ask me, is Bryce the best player on his Strive for Greatness team? He's not.
You don't think so?
I know so. It's a kid. It's like a kid, a center. I don't know if he plays center or forward, whatever. Man, this kid, when I tell you this kid, he's a kid now. Like, he's 15. I'm talking about this kid will give me so many problems. Like, I'll probably have to request a double team. This kid is a monster. He's like a DeMarcus Cousins. Like, he is a monster. I'm talking about he got dreads and everything. You know how kids are with the basketball these days. The head taps, the emotion. Yeah, he is all that.
Type of player, bro.
He is by far the best player on that team. Now,
the
Bryce,
one they gonna go to war with.
Bryce haven't. I don't really, and that's another thing. I really can't speak on Bryce because I haven't seen a lot of tape on Bryce yet. So I don't know if Bryce have like skills. Like I see the highlights on Instagram and whatnot, but I don't see nothing too crazy in the highlights. It's more like he's catching the shoot in, or he did a spin move, got a little layup in. But with Bronny, I'm watching. He getting the steal. He's making the pass.
So will you say it's the same situation with Lonzo and Melo? Because at one point, people thought Lonzo was going to be the best brother. In my opinion, I think it's Melo.
No, Lonzo is the best one.
I think Melo the best brother.
I mean, Melo, I'm tripping. The one play for Charlotte.
Yeah.
Melo the best one.
Melo.
Yeah.
My fault. I feel like that's,
Lonzo is a better. They two type of point guards. They two different type of point guards.
I know they bring two different. Yeah, they two. Yeah.
They both pass the ball, but Lonzo is like a pass first type point guard.
Yeah, he's truly pass first.
Yeah.
Versus Melo,
you get Melo in the screen world. Actually, you're more scared he gonna score instead. Yeah.
You can you gotta really guard him. You gotta really.
It's hard to guard him because he's big as hell.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Melo's like 6'8".
And he got a handle.
With a handle, a shot.
Shoot.
But Lonzo, I think Lonzo is a better defensive player.
But with that, I feel like most people didn't think LaMelo's gonna be as good as he is because he was just childish.
That's what I'm saying.
That was like a more mature thing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's another thing.
Can you compare those situations with him and with Bryce and Bronny?
With them two? Kinda and kinda not.
Cause Bryce, he gonna have to grow up.
Yeah,
but
I think he's gonna be a dog now.
Yeah, until then though, you can't do it right now because Lonzo and Melo in the NBA, these two they still in high school, college, so you gotta let their ceiling go.
I gotta go. Highest ceiling's tough because shit. Bronny what? 17, 18?
Yeah, and what you see right now.
20, 30.
We judging off of today.
Bronny could have another growth spurt in him. Honestly, maybe.
You don't stop growing till you what?
Like 23, 24.
Damn.
Based on what I see right now, probably Bronny. From what I see right now.
So Bronny.
But when LeBron dropped that video of them working out, I ain't gonna. That was scary. That was scary to see.
It was scary and beautiful.
It was scary and beautiful. Like, damn, Yeah, 2 of these motherfuckers
Like,
coming
you
in the
feel
league.
me? And the Lakers might end up getting him in some way possible.
I don't think Bron gonna stay with the Lakers.
Cause he want to play with his
With Bronny at least.
I don't think they're gonna play in LA though.
You don't think so? You think
They gotta tank. They gotta really tank.
They got really tank. Yeah,
to get him. I don't think they're gonna do that. They got too much money in that organization to tank like that.
Well, they even have a draft pick to get his ass.
That too.
Yeah.
I think Bron gonna end up
That's
leaving
not
LA.
in lottery and lottery shit. I think that's the weird.
It is.
Yeah, cause it's different in baseball. Is what my little brother told me. My little brother played baseball, so he be knowing all the baseball shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, once you the worst team, you got that first pick.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That's how it should be. That's how football is too.
And he told me it's different from the contract side too in baseball, cause like I didn't know you could negotiate how much money you want.
Yeah.
And then that determines how much money they have left for the other picks. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I was like, y'all don't got no like rookie scale. He was like, nah, you negotiate how much money you want. And then they decide if they want to give you that money. And then they got a certain amount of money left to pay the other draft picks. I was like, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's wild.
That's crazy.
I'm going up 50 million.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I'll be negotiating so much money.
Oh God, but they'll turn to Chris Tucker, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. I'm asking 50 million. Who the hell you think we got?
Man, I was like, shit, I'm finna start getting to the baseball shit. You get to negotiate.
I'm trying to tell you, boy. But okay, so you said Bronny the villain, all right. Little baby, young boy, villain or hero?
Little baby, come on, villain.
Little baby.
Villain.
He got a bunch of the hero shirt on, man.
But you can't sleep on young boy, man.
Young boy hard.
I just became like a young boy listener, like 2-3 years ago.
He's putting the same numbers.
He hard, bro. I can't.
His numbers are insane. Like
Insane.
his numbers are insane. Like he's outbeating known artists like
everybody.
Lady Gaga, The Weeknd. I was like, bro,
I looked this up already.
How is he beating Lady Gaga? First off, Lady Gaga that's crazy.
Little baby hard, bro. I give him credit. We from the same neighborhood. You know, I always say that. But young boy,
I don't even know. I don't know what young boy marketing look like. But I don't see nothing.
He don't do no
that's another thing. I don't see. I barely see any young boy.
He just deleted his Instagram again.
It's his fans.
That nigga don't never activate his Instagram to the time to promote.
I will say this though. He got way too much music.
He deleted Instagram.
But that's probably why he got the fans, diehard fans like that. They seen. I know. I started listening to that nigga from the jump. And I see his progress.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's not like everything he dropping is like, oh, man, this shit terrible. This shit the same. It's like good songs.
It's like damn.
It's like good songs,
bro.
So I can't hate on young boy, but he does got like a cult type of.
Yeah, I ain't in the cult, but I really admit he got good music.
He does got a cult type of.
I forever fought with OTL, but
beyond his time, bro.
Yeah, he got a cult type.
I was just looking at this nigga numbers, bro. I'm talking about like stupid, insane numbers.
Even though Wayne tapes and albums, not a lot of them not on Apple Music and iTunes, he just outsold Wayne like all the time. Now Wayne probably got a lot of albums and stuff missing, but still though, like that's Wayne, nigga.
I just don't know how young boy do it,
bro.
He hard, bro.
Like 30 million in 3 months.
He hard.
10 million a month. I'm looking
at the video, 526,000 views. It was up 3 minutes.
3 fucking minutes, bro.
Yes,
that's insane, bro.
Bro, his fans is die hard.
I looked at it, I said, bro, who competing with this nigga, bro? I ain't see nobody but Baby, bro. Baby, the only nigga that.
And Baby really ain't dropped. Like YoungBoy keep dropping. Baby ain't dropped in 2 years.
Yeah.
Like
he just dropped a couple singles.
Yeah, like YoungBoy keep dropping, running that shit up, bro. He got 100 some plays.
But shit, that's his formula, shit. If it working.
But you know how hard it is to keep making 5 songs like that, bro, and they getting gold, platinum, plats. Like that shit is hard, bro.
Then he just signed for 60.
I don't know.
You think that's true?
Atlanta said he'll be back in January. They're probably trying to negotiate some shit now. I mean, shit, he want 100.
I know he want 100.
Funny Marco, Desi, Instant Trade.
Funny Marco.
Funny Marco the villain.
Funny Marco.
I got Funny Marco.
But that's to let y'all know, if you want to be around some funny niggas, Atlanta niggas, top 3 funniest niggas on earth, Atlanta niggas.
Yeah.
If you from Atlanta, you some type of funny.
On God.
You got a little funny in you. On God.
On God.
Oh, good. Okay, so funny mark. Dang, that was a tough and funny mark of the villain. All right, golf or tennis?
Golf. I want to get into golf easy. Golf easy.
Why you saying golf without
golf without it?
No
I want to start golfing. I used to stay over there by Allen's Park, and I finally went to that golf course that's over there. Real nice little golf course, and there's a lot of golfing spots in the hood actually. Not like
Johnny White. I don't know. They still.
Yeah, they still got the little
Okay.
golf range over there, and then you got the golf thing on Cascade.
Yeah,
I stay
right by the KLC.
Yeah, right by KLC. There's a lot of golf stuff.
I took golf class in college.
You did?
So at Tuskegee.
So
I know a look. I had to pick up
a class.
Yeah, class.
I ain't gonna count that shit. It's expensive though, so I see why there's not a lot of black people doing that at them golf clubs. And shit.
I know a little bit
expensive as hell. But if you want to be where the females at, tennis is where that at.
Yeah. Okay. So you say golf the villain.
Yeah, golf.
Okay. Cool. Friday after next.
Friday after next, the one with Cat Williams in it.
Yeah, that's the one they had to make it rent.
With Mike Epps.
Yeah, they
Friday
got robbed. Friday after next.
Mike
Classic
Epps
though.
Friday
All
Classic.
three of them are classic.
Friday Classic. But when Mike Epps got added into it, it became different.
Alright.
It became more.
Alright, so I'm gonna ask both of y'all this then. Next Friday or Friday after next? I think I got next Friday.
Yeah, Friday funny as hell.
This Friday funny.
I might go next Friday too.
This Friday funny as hell.
This Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah, I'll go next Friday. That shit that funny as hell. Man.
Yeah.
Next Friday.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Villain or hero, different world or Saved by the Bell?
Different world? I don't even think I know what Saved by the Bell is, but
You ain't never watched Saved by the Bell?
I don't think I
That's
have.
why this shit for school.
I'm telling you, that how
Where they came
on.
on?
Good. It came on TBS? I think back then it came on TBS.
Whichever the first 2-3 channels. It's between 2 and 3.
The channels be different when you're growing up.
That what it was on.
I'm a different world type nigga anyway. I probably would have said different world. Either.
Yeah, I like different world better though.
I'm a different world type.
I pulled a race card because they cast more black. Yeah, more black.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of different world.
Pulled a race card. You feel me?
Yeah, I wasn't really.
And I was
But I love Saved by the Bell.
Me too.
My family used to watch the Cosby Show, so I come from a big family. The Cosbys was a big family.
Okay, so you feel me? Different world, the villain. And guess what, man? We are the villains. You dig? I'm your host, Dez, aka Super Villain.
Episode 9.
Episode 9, man. It was a pleasure having you, man.
Appreciate y'all boys.
Appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Oh, and if you see a cutoff on this, it's because we ran out of space, man. We gotta delete some stuff to get some more space.
Hold on. I don't even think I finished the ESPN. Hold on. I gotta finish the ESPN story.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So right quick.
Okay.
So boom, I did the NBA draft thing. Then after that, I was waiting on my next big come up, working the AAU tournaments or whatnot, and then I applied for the ESPN position on LinkedIn. And when I did my interview for the ESPN position, this is where it comes back like networking in full circle. So I was in the scholarship program since I was like in 3rd grade. And comes to find out, the person who I did my interview with was the same dude over my scholarship program. Back when I was in 3rd grade, yeah.
So look how things work out, though.
That's God.
That's crazy,
That's
bro.
God.
That's all it is.
So after that, I reminded him who I was. We chopped it up. He's like, yeah, I remember you. And then I also went to networking events. So there's networking events for sports. If you're trying to get into it, go to the networking event.
So you ain't just sit in your room all day.
Nah, hell no. Like if I did that, I'd probably be as far as
he
that.
put in the work.
I went this year. I went to a lot of stuff. Like the first time ever, they had the Black Sports Symposium for Black people who trying to get into the sports event, and that was hosted by ESPN. And the dude who I did my interview, he was there. So it was good for me to meet them face to face over not just a Zoom call, so they can know what I look like in person and have that in-person interaction. Yeah. And then I went to NBA Summer League. And at NBA Summer League, I did the Pro Scout School where I met other people who wanted to be scout coaches and whatnot. And I reached out to them They had people who worked in the industry there. They gave us some numbers. They gave us their contact information. They really don't gatekeep. They trying to help you out just as much as you want to help. So I met the G League coach of the South Bay Lakers. He was there. He was giving out his personal email to people and whatnot. And then I met the director of scouting for the Pacers. He was there. I got his number and everything. It's just about networking and whatnot.
So it's not no gimmick. All this is just
like you got to put in that work. Like you got to want it as bad.
You feel me?
No, like
you had to.
And then that's another thing. I'm not too big on like I don't want to ask certain people for certain this. Like no, like if I
don't get fed.
Yeah. So like
true statement.
Thank God I know most people don't have not the best of parents, but thank God I have good parents. So like they was able to help me with the flight out there and the ticket out there. So I was able to go out there and be a part of the experience. So and then I went to the Pro Scout school, but they also had summer league. So I made sure I went to the summer league game. And summer league, it's like you're around everybody in the industry, agents, GMs. Players too, like they just walking around. It's like no cutoffs today, no security. Yeah. Like you're around those people, and you can just interact with them. And now I remember I interacted with this agent. He used to be the agent for Wilson Chandler, and it comes to find out he stays in Georgia and he got his own thing running in Atlanta. And I chopped it up with him. I think my biggest take point is though I gotta make sure I keep up with those connections. Make sure I reach back out to them and just keep a solid relationship going.
Keep in touch, and that'll get you far.
Yeah, but after that's when I started my ESPN job. So I'll be, and it's in football. See, I don't even like football like that. I want a job in basketball, but I'm doing this for the experience. Like, come on, you look at my resume, ESPN, and then my title is event assistant. It's like, oh, he worked at ESPN. That's like one of the top sports companies and whatnot. That's gonna flood in.
That's a top.
That's gonna flood in so much traffic.
Since we was young, we grew up on ESPN.
Like it's gonna flood in so much.
We weren't watching nothing else.
And then after that,
10 plays. So
I'm gonna be working the HBCU game here, Howard versus Alabama State. So if y'all can come out to that, come out to it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be working the Celebration Ball.
Okay, cool. And if they want to get in touch and contact with you, man, get on some places to follow you at and reach out to you.
You can look me up on LinkedIn. Roebi Habersham. That's Roebi Habersham. And then you can also follow me on Instagram at _Roebi. ROEBIH. I believe that is. Let me check right quick. Yeah, _Roebi H.
So okay, cool.
And
that's your Instagram.
Yeah, nothing concrete yet, but I do plan on starting a little YouTube, trying to get more into the game of basketball, breaking it down from a grassroots level to scouting level, and then I also want to kind of get into Twitch, but nothing concrete. Hopefully, I can come back for another podcast, get a little bit into that, and I have that going up for y'all, boy.
Yeah, man, that's been a good episode, man.
Yeah.
Pleasure having you on the podcast with us, sharing your information, you know what I'm saying, the stories and stuff like that. So if y'all want to reach out to him, he's more than welcome, to reach back out with you and stuff, and y'all can.
Yeah, I got the information.
Just pick his brain on whatever you need. You might be an athlete right now playing basketball, and he can give you some pointers.
That's another thing. I'm into come a little bit of the management side too. So
you see,
trying to do it all, man. You got a man of different hats.
Gotta be versatile. If you want to keep a job, you want to stay busy, you gotta be versatile. You gotta be people of many skills is getting hired.
Mm-hmm.
Skills and social media. You see what social media is doing for a lot of people. You see where Supreme Dream and them, they was just doing skits, doing videos. Now he hosting certain things at red carpets and whatnot. Like, take that leap. Take the leap.
Take it, like that, and take it. That's good. That's good advice, because ain't nobody else gonna believe in it if you don't believe in it.
That's a fact.
You feel me? So if you don't put your foot forward and just walk out, it ain't gonna never happen for you. You feel me? But yeah, like I said, it's been a good episode. Episode 9 of the Villains.
Yes, sir.
I'm your host, Diz, aka Super Villain.
You got the biggest villain.
The biggest, my co-host, and we